Howdy folks, it's Meandering Mike in the Man Cave of Madness. It is after midnight and we are continuing with turn 3 of our playthrough of Britannia. It is now the Roman turn. This is the last turn of scoring conquer and occupation points. So there's a lot of points up here left to get. These are worth 3 each. There's a number of other places that are worth, well, one place, this is worth 2. York was worth 2. And there's a few other one-pointers running around like Cumbria, Cheshire, Downlands, etc. Let's map it out. Obviously, our biggest goal is to push through here. And I think if they've only got 8 armies that can reach, they're going to have to drop 4 here for the overrun. I don't think they're going to go 2 and 2, putting 2 there. No, I'm not going to do that. But let's consider going into Strathclyde. They definitely want to take Cheshire. And I think if they push on here, that could cause the Brigantes to submit. Because they would be down if they took this and this first. This would be 3 left, which is the threshold for them submitting. So instead of being losing this and being stuck with 2 provinces of Hilllands with very slow growth, and they'd have 4 armies, but sort of they're not connected to each other, and just be kind of a weird situation. Obviously, we want to take the Downlands, so remind ourselves to grab that. And they might leave, a army back somewhere in the background. The Irish may or may not hit a Roman fort. They only have 1 army, right? So going up 1 army against a Roman fort, it's even odds. The Irish will get 2 more armies on the following turn, so it probably makes more sense to wait so that you have a larger force, much better odds of getting there and doing some damage, killing folks before they kill you. But you never know. Maybe they'll go this silly route like the Caledonians and try to attack. We'll see. But, so, in the Roman planning, yeah, let's figure this out. All right, so we need to pull these 4 from the far back. 1, 2, 3 to do the overrun. Okay, and then these gentlemen here would 3 come in here. Now, yeah, this seems a little risky, but I think 2 guys each hitting on a 4, 5, or 6 against 3 guys trying to hit back on a 6. They do retreat into Galloway. Some, whatever doesn't. If they kill 1 or 2 and they retreat, if they kill nothing, and all 3 wanted to retreat here, would be bad, because if they ended up submitting here, there's an huge overpopulation problem here. So I don't think the Brigantes would probably retreat right away unless they've lost maybe 2 armies, because they do get those big points. They get those 3 points for each Roman army they killed. So this is their chance to try to kill some. All right, here, let's see. Turn those sideways to remember to count those points, and I did count those points, so they should be this way. So here we need to see, they're too far away. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We've got guys here in Lindsay. They can go 1, 2. And these guys can go 1, 2, 3. So there they go. They've got their penetration. Losing York is bad. York is one of the ones like Essex was worth 3 points on turn 5 for Lima's points. Cheshire, which they're trying to take now, is worth 3 points, and York is worth 3 points. So I think the Romans are going to station an army garrison at this fort, and this guy here is going to come into the downlands. So that was unoccupied. That automatically grabs them a fort here. I'm going to put it on the west side just so it doesn't cover up the name. Yeah, that's everybody. We've committed. We've only lost one as the Roman. They're doing good in that respect. Yeah, we'll see after this turn what's left. Yeah, so this is totally undefended area. But no sense in the Romans trying to worry about that at all now. Let's do this. Fun and excitement. All right, so we need to get the dice tower in a position where y'all can see the action dice falling. Let's see, I'm going to check it up that way. Should I zoom in maybe? There. Because we're going to do the north first. We're going to hit here. 4 Roman armies against 2 Picts. The Romans need a 4, 5, or 6. The Picts need 6s. I'm going to even shuffle this up a little closer. So hopefully you'll see all the dice in the forward part of the dice tower there. Oh! Well, they were able to kill 3 of them. There's only 6, so they did lose 1. So that is the Picts that have scored this. I'm going to grab the Pict card, and I'm going to put the army on the Pict card to remind me. Now, the Picts are scoring 1 point for each army destroyed. Roman forts, there were 3, which would be a hard day for them to do that. But, all right. So these 2 Picts are dead and gone. We get our fort here. All right. And I'm going to remove this since we have done that attack. All right, let's continue with the Picts. Getting jumped on by the Romans. There's only 1 guy defending in there. So this is in the Helens, though. So the Romans need 6s because of the Helens. They're great 4, 5, 6 hit strength. Goes all the way down to 6. And the Pict hits back, needing a 6. So that's in Dalriada. Swish, 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 swish. Yeah, the Pict will retreat. All right. The Romans will build their fort. We'll remove that. The Picts have 4 territories at this point. They have to get down to 2 before they're able to submit to the Romans. That's not going to happen. Not going to happen. Again, the Romans could keep going on subsequent turns, but that really makes no sense. They need to come back south. You know, maybe leave a dude up north to help defend something. But basically, they want to try to. Even then, yeah, it's not. There's no Limas points there for them, so let the other guys maybe kill them, come back south, and protect the big good stuff. All right. So, at this point, let's do Cheshire first. Delay the the big fight here. So this is 2. Did I get everything out? Yes. 2 Romans sitting on a 4, 5, or 6. 1 chance for the defender to hit back on a 6. Oh, blood, blood, blood. It's Brigantes is killed twice over. Not that that matters, but they did manage to inflict a dump, get in the right spot. So the Brigantes have scored 1, and that is worth 3 points to them. So I gotta remember to do those points. The Romans get their fort. Now, honestly, I don't know if there intended to be a fort limit here. You can't see it here with, I'm not going to move that. There's only 3 forts left. I can't remember if that's supposed to be a hard limit or you can use other markers or something. I do not know. I'd have to check. All right, so we already. Oh no, but I put that in the wrong spot. Someone should have caught that and told me, Mike, Meandering Mike, stop! You put it in the wrong spot. All right, so we're not going to do this one now because we want to hit this guy and then hit this one to hope to make him submit. So this is the risky battle. This is where the defender outnumbers the attacker. The red guys are the Brigantes needing 6s. The black dice are the Romans needing 4, 5s, or 6s. Let's see what happens. Well, miss, miss, miss. 1 hit. So Brigantes lose 1. You cannot retreat in excessive stacking. However, you are allowed 1 stacking. So the Brigantes aren't overstacked anywhere else. So they potentially could move both armies to here. However, they're in a potential population overpopulation because they would be down to 3 territories after they submitted. If they were treated with 2, there'd be 4, 5, 6, 7. And if they submitted, they wouldn't be able to attack the Romans, and they'd lose an army. So they might as well stay and fight 1 more turn. Now, they could end up losing both of the dudes, but again, they're getting 3 points for every Roman they get kill. So I think it's worth it for them to try to stay and fight 1 more time. Now, their odds have gone down. Now, there's only 2 red dudes needing a 6 and a black dude's worth. But again, there's that likelihood that they would lose an overpopulation guy. So they're going to stay. They're going to go for the point. So again, 4, 5, 6 on the black, 6 on the red. Well, they only lost 1. They didn't get their lucky hit, but they lose that 1 guy. And now they retreat to Galloway. And Strathclyde has become Roman. And now the Romans announce that, we'll submit. We submit. Stop, stop, stop. Because then if they lost this, they'd be down to 2 guys. They'd be, in overpopulation land. They'll keep, and this is worth points to the Romans. Now, he is going to, by making a submit, he is going to get the points for Cumbria, which I think is one of the 2 pointers. Yeah, no, it's a 1 pointer. It's also a 1 pointer for Limas, so it's not a big number of points in any case. But yes, I think the Brigantes will submit. This requires the Romans to leave. We have submission. The Romans will get those occupation points. All right, so I should have been putting these on sideways to remember conquest points. Let's see, they came here, 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 and here, and the downlands, All right, Yes, that's done. Actually, couldn't see me doing the downlands. That was over. Here, let me zoom back out. So, downlands, Cheshire they took, Dunedin, Strathclyde, Dalriada. All right, so Roman points to use my reach. So, they did not take Alban. They took Dalriada and Dunedin. That's 6 points. They did not take the Pennons this turn. They did take Cheshire, so that's another 1 point. So 6, 7. And they took the Downlands, which is 1 point. So that's 8. Is that correct? 1, 2. Strathclyde is 1 point. 1, 2, 3. Plus 3, plus 3. 9. 9 points for a Conquerin. And these guys submitted. So actually, yeah, so they do get the 2 for these guys submitting. Maybe the Brigantes shouldn't have submitted. But then they'd be, yeah, no. Got to think a little long term. We've got to stay alive more. Part of the problem is eventually the Romans go away and the Angles show up. And if the Brigantes are too weak, the Angles can come in and wipe the Brigantes out down here in the south. And without the Brigantes have enough strength to sort of get back up into Strathclyde, they potentially could be stuck with just Galloway submitting to the Angles or something if stuff goes bad. So we'll see. So we did. We had them submit. So 2 for the Pennines. Cumbria was 1. And Strathclyde, no, Galloway is 1. So that's another 4 points. 2, 1, 1. So 13. That was 13 total points for the Romans this turn. Right? 1, 2, 3. 3 and 3 is 9. 10, 11, 12, 13. All right. So right now the Romans have, what was that, 33 points. The Belgae have 6 and are gone. The Picts got their 3 points. Now I'm going to go ahead and write this down now. They might score more points in their turn if they attack the Romans, which they absolutely will not. There's no way. But Picts, turn 3, got 3 points for Roman. No. Picts were 1 point. Therefore, the Brigantes got their 3 points for the guys. So 3. All right. Now, one thing to remember about this game is points come for the different players at different times throughout. They've got 4 or 5 nations each. Different nations are strong and weak and have a different amount of points that are coming. The Romans absolutely will lead the game for a long time. However, just because they're ahead does not mean they're winning. If the Romans do mediocre or even below average compared to a typical Roman success, they still look like they're way ahead of everyone else, but they're on the road to losing. And unfortunately what happens sometimes is people will pick on that leader, and that Roman dude who actually did poorly will even go more into the toilet, and some other color will leap ahead that should be, maybe people should be fighting them instead. So just sort of remember, in a 4-player game of this, you need to do a little learning, or from experience figure out what's a good Roman score. And if the Romans are only this far, if the Roman had lost half their army or something, they've lost 3 out of the 15 they started with. They're down to 12. That's still not too bad considering where they're at. But they have lost some points here, and potentially going to lose a fair number of points. Lose out the potential of scoring the points for Lemus, but well, let's call it quits there. That is the end of the Roman turn 3. We will proceed with the remainder of our friends in the next video. We have the Irish showed up. The good. Will they do anything or not? Will they take a risk and pound on a Roman fort, or will they say, nah, things are too hot there, we'll wait for our friends? So anyway, Meandering Mike in the Man Cave of Madness. We are playing Britannia in the turn 3, or at the end of Roman turn 3. All you folks out there, take care and ciao.